Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Angry Cast. We're back in modded Minecraft with a JoeGaming Pack, and we're going to start a new mod pack, or a mod tutorial area, or whatever you want to call it, as we go down the path of forestry. Holy crap, it's been a long time since we've been playing on this this world. Well, at least I've been recording on this world. Oh, okay, this is nighttime, I gotta sleep. How about it? But, so, yeah, it's been a long time. I mean, I've been releasing videos very slowly because I didn't have I didn't have a huge backlog anymore. That'll all be addressed in a vlog post coming up soon as we go into this. But we are finally ready to start down a new path for a mod pack called the Forestry Mod mods. And the Forestry mods will lead us down into some new machines, as we've already gone pretty much right down Mechanism and Mine Factory Loaded and all that other stuff, as far as we really want to go for this time being. Remember, the last time we did a bunch of the energy mod, chicken flying, but the energy items like the solar generator and the energy cube and all that other stuff. But now we're going to start getting into our city building somewhat. Like I said, that'll all be addressed in a future vlog post coming up. But I've already cleared away a spot area here, and I've got a pig guarding it, of course, to make sure nobody steals any of my stuff, for us to do the forestry. And specifically, we're going to look at the bees and then trees. The bees and it's time to talk about the bees and the trees, everybody. It's you reach that age where you're ready for this discussion, and I hope that you can handle it without a little snickering and giggling. But anyways, so let's look at the handy dandy clipboard and see what we're going to do. We're going to build some scoops, because we're going to go out into the world and look for all those beehives that we've been ignoring because we can't touch them yet. So we're going to build some scoops to go break those and get all the goodies out of there. And then we're going to build an apiarist chest and an apiarist backpack. But first, we got to build other things. Well, the bee lizard will become later as well. But we also got to build a carpenter, a bee house, the apiary, some frames, and a bunch of other stuff that I haven't got on the list, but you will see as we go down the path of all those things. So what I've done so far is I've cleared out all these trees that were right here, and I told you we're going to rape and pillage the land. We're going to tree farm in this area right here, because up on this little knoll here, we're going to build our sawmill for all of our trees to be processed through, so that we can send all of our wood downriver, because there's a village out a ways. You can't see it. I guess because it doesn't load that chunk or whatever. But down the river some, there is a village. I scouted up ahead because I wanted to see, and it's not a very big village. It's whoa! This chicken just shot an egg right out of his asshole. There you go. Thanks a lot. we'll have eggs for dinner. How about that? But we want to start getting down this path of getting to that point of building the sawmill, because that's going to process all the trees that we're going to breed in this area behind where I'm gesturing that you cannot see my hand, because I am on a computer and not in the world, because that would be weird. But let's get down. So scoops are fairly easy to build, and as long as things don't decide to just goody. So yeah, scoops are just a piece of wool with sticks around them. Like I said, I processed a bunch of wood here, so we got plenty of sticks to go around, and I got a bunch of strings so we can make some more wool. We're going to need a lot of scoops. They do not last very long, so we'll make about 5 scoops for now, and that should get us pretty good into looking out for these beehives. So 1, 2, 3, and they don't stack either. So there we go, 5 scoops. Now, along with the scoops, as I said before, we're going to make an apiarist chest. I think we can't make the apiarist chest first because we have to make all of our machines, and they are going to require some engines as well. So I may need to check off some things and redo the clipboard. I didn't have 2 clipboard. Apiarist's chest. Here we go. Apiarist chest is... Why is it not showing me the recipe for it? So I'm not exactly sure why it wouldn't show me the recipe for it, but basically we're going to have to go get the bees first. Then we can make all this other stuff, because we're going to need honeycombs that you'll get from the hives from breaking the hives, you'll get the honeycombs to build an apiarist chest or a bee house or anything like that. Now, I don't know if the bee house is in here as well, but we can look. We don't... Oh, boy. Yeah, bee house is here. Let's go get some, I'll cut a bunch of stuff out. We're going to go get the bees first, come back and dump them off in this chest, and then we will start building the other stuff. So I'm going to break off, and here when we find some bees, I'll come back on. Bye-bye. Now, I know for a fact that there were some bees, beehives out in the desert, but we want to sort of find some of the simple bees first because they will produce the main amount of bees that we're going to be making, like the forestry and not the forestry, but the modest, the modest bees or whatever else. But we can do this as well. So the modest hive, we'll break that down. Oh, look, we got a parched comb and we got a modest princess, and that's all we got out of that. Interesting. I thought we would have got more than just one out of it. I thought we got a drone and a princess, but we just got a princess. So let's go over to the next one and see what we get out of there. Oh, there we go. We got a princess and drone and some more parched comb. So I think we better head back, because all we're going to find is this kind here. We'll head into the forest behind the house, back towards the original spawn to see if we can find some more hives. I know I've got some underground here where we built some of the, like we had those encounter with some of the monsters we had earlier. But I don't know if I want to go down that path, so let's go around. Oh, and there we are. There's one off in the distance. We'll go grab that one. And that is a meadows. Okay, so the meadows hive, that's a pretty decent one to have. Oh, look, we got our standard, we got a honeycomb, that'll be good, and we got a meadows drone and a meadows princess. So let's all play around here for a while and see what we can find. Well, beggars can't be choosers. I guess we can still continue to get them out of the desert here as well. But we run the risk of not getting actual honeycombs. We get these parched combs, and we don't always get a drone, which we're going to need some of them. Well, there's another meadows. That'll be good. Oh, I don't think we got a drone out of that one either. Now, the one thing you will notice is that drones and princesses don't stack. And I'd only have 2 different kinds of drones, so it's gonna be hard to show you. But I think drones actually stack, and that you'll find out more about that when we get into the our bee house and our apiarist chest, and all that stuff, because there's some really cool things about those. There's another meadows. Hopefully get another drone out of that one. Yep, got another drone. So as you can see, I have 2 drones and they do stack, but the princesses do not stack. That's another reason why it's a good idea to build the apiarist chest and apiarist's backpack, because you can then go out into the world and collect all of them without having to worry about filling up your inventory. So let's go get another meadows, and then we can head back and start working on our other items. Oh, and since we're here, we might as well pick up this lucky block, because God knows we're going to find in this. Oh boy. I can hardly wait. Oh, I got armor, chain leggings, and chain chest plate. Well, how about that? And right next to it is another. Boom! There we go. Alright, I think we can start heading back now and get working on our other machines and our other items. So do a quick scan of the area. I see nothing. Now, I did come through this swamp area, which forest hives. I'm not going to pass that up. That'll give us these forest drones, which are also good to have. And I'm going to have to drop some stuff here. Let's go use it. Let's see if I can use the rest of my scoop. There's another forest hive over here. I might be able to get break the scoop and get another set of. These will find. You can find them in trees. You can actually also find stuff underground as well. There's definitely, you're gonna find rock hives or whatever they're called underground. Uh-oh. Don't let it drown. So yeah, there you go. Ooh, that's an interesting one. What is that one? A swamp, swamp hive? Who knows? What is this? This is a mushy hive. A mushy hive. And we broke our scoop, and we got a. Looks like we got a. What kind we got out of that one? We got a meadows. Another meadows. No, we got a queen bee. That's that's excellent. Got a queen bee, and I want to get this other thing. I gotta drop something else. What am I gonna drop? I'm gonna drop the seeds. We'll drop the seeds. And we got a mossy comb. All right, we definitely gotta go back now. We've got everything we can get right now, and we're gonna head back to the house and start working. So, and as we start to build these things, we will go looking for more bees, and you always want to collect them, get a bunch of stuff. So, for now, we're gonna put all of our drones and all of our bees and everything into the chest because we don't need them just yet. But we want to put the honeycomb over in our other chest because that's linked to the table. And we definitely want to have that be available to us. So let's start making more stuff. Let's go working on this chest and the bee house and everything. Okay, we're back at the project site, and we're going to build a couple of our things. We're going to build the apiarist chest and a bee house because the bee house is a cheap way to make a storage area for your bees. Now the apiary itself takes and I'm thinking it's going to show me the recipe here. No, maybe not. No, the apiary is going to take a little bit more construction. We'll get back to that in a second. But for now, we can make the bee house, which is a cheap. I think we need an impregnated casing for an apiary. That's going to be a little bit further down the path here. But a bee house, we'll take one of our parched combs because we don't really need those as much, and you can just make 5 blocks or 5 wood planks, 3 slabs, and a comb in the middle, and that'll give you a bee house, which is a slower way of producing, but it's a cheap way of producing the items. Now, we also want to make an apiarist chest. We should probably make more than one of these, but I don't have enough honeycombs right now because we need one of these to make the apiarist backpack. We'll go get more in between little things here. But if we take one of these chests, put it in the middle, take the 5 honeycombs around the outside, and put a piece of glass over top, we can then make a apiarist chest. You're going to want to be making a lot of these things because you're going to be splitting up your bees in other areas. So let's go place these down. Let's go place our bee house down. So look, you can see in here our bee house, they'll start to make and breed in here. And they have a couple of restrictions. Let's see here. Let's get this out of the way so you can see what's going on. I had to have, unobstructed view. I'm the owner, so this is if you're playing on a server with other people, they can't get into your stuff and take your bees. But you can get the foodstuffs. Many different kinds of food can be made from the honey and other bee products. We're going to be making a lot of that stuff. The climate and the temperature is good, but you can't. If I were to have the bees inside here and there was something on top of it, it probably would not work. So let's take a modest princess and a modest drone. Do I have a modest drone? I highly doubt it. I don't think I do. Ooh. So let's take a meadows princess and meadow drone because that'll be easier to get to work. I don't want to start crossbreeding just yet. We'll do that later. We have to build other things for it. So let's take the meadows princess, put it there, and put the drone there. You can see this is going to fill up, and then it will begin to come back down as they begin to breed. It already absorbs. The drone gets destroyed automatically. You can see all the bees going out of the little honey the hive there. Go off, zoom, doing its thing. And as this goes down, it will begin to it'll begin to start the breeding process. You see, I do have a progress bar going up 2.5, 2.7. It's on its way up. It's going to take a while to get there. You can speed it up by building what are called frames. And we will I'll show you. I think it's not one of our things to show you on here, but we will show you how to build one anyways. But in order to do that, we have to build the other machines. And also, let's put down our chest because this is where we're going to put all of our bees at for right now. You can see here, it's lovely, and it actually tells you what you've already gathered up. As you can see, I've got all of these bees now right here, and it'll give you information on them as well. So let's put all of our bees into the chest. And now that doesn't sort for you automatically, and you will have to sort them. And it's got 125 slots, and it will take it will do all that, but it'll put everything in there, but it will not sort them for you. It's going to take a while. If you're really anal retentive about these things, you can sort them on your own, because you do have 5 pages to go through. And there's a pig on the honey. Oh look, we've got honey smoked bacon. How about that? So we get anywhere with this? It's still not. It's actually going to work. I thought the meadows would have required the flowers to be around it. Maybe one of the other ones would do that, but we'll see about that. Oopsie daisy. All right. So what's next? The bee alives, we're going to need a couple of other items from the workshop. We'll go back and get that. The impregnated casing. Impregnated casing, we're going to have to build a carpenter for. A carpenter and a squeezer and all other kind of fun stuff. So let's build us a carpenter, shall we? Carpenter. A carpenter is quite simply... Oh, why is the forestry not working for the... Yeah, crap. I'm kind of disappointed in not enough items or too many items. It's not showing me how to build this stuff. But no matter. We can do it. We can do it on our own. We have the power. We have the internet. So let's look here. We're gonna need some bronze for the sturdy casing to build the carpenter. So let's build a sturdy casing, and that we require. Sturdy casing is just bronze and like you're building the chest. That's all it is. So we'll take one of them, sturdy casing, and now we're going to build the impregnated casing. Whoops, no. I'm sorry, the carpenter. We need glass and the... There we go. A carpenter. So let's start next some of this off the list here. We got a carpenter, we got a bee house, and we got an apiary's chest. We can get rid of that as well. Now, the thing about the carpenter, though, is it requires some energy. We'll have to get some power for it. We'll put this over here for right now. And, of course, you see there's no power, no recipe. We will have to go grab something for that. Let's go check on our bee house. You can see we've already... the Meadows Queen, Meadows Princess is now Meadows Queen, and she's produced 2 honeycomb for us. That'll be great for building more items. But we can also hook up pipe systems and engines and stuff to just keep recirculating them into here back and forth, so they'll just keep replenishing it and everything will be fine, because eventually you're going to get more queens or more princesses from the byproducts of the breed. Next up we're going to build is a squeezer, and this will take, and the squeezer takes items in and will squeeze the liquids and any other materials out of it. So we're going to use it for seed oil. So we need to make the impregnated casing. So the recipe for it, since apparently nothing seems to be working on the not enough items, is a sturdy casing, which I gotta build that first. I don't have enough bronze, do I? Crap! Alright, so we need more bronze for that. So we got more bronze, sturdy casing, and then it's the same recipes like the carpenter, but it's... What did I just do wrong? No, okay, that's right. A squeezer. Glass, tin instead of bronze, and the sturdy casing. So we'll put that on this side. And you see we still needs power, so we'll have to get some more machines. I'll hook up some better machines for this to make it run better. But we can take our... Well, we don't have any more seeds. Oh, look, it started producing flowers. That's the byproduct of the bees, is they produce flowers in the area. They make their own. So, yeah, we can start piping some stacks of seeds out of here and make us some wonderful seed oil. Let's do that. There we go. Oh, you can see I also have this going. Look at that going full-time. Holy crap. That's probably why we're getting so much lag from this thing. Still not getting any power out of that. So if we put the seed in here, once it has power, it'll begin to squeeze out that into seed oil. And we need to make some cans in order to capture the seed oil so we can make our impregnated casing. We use that with tin, making an upside down bucket. You can see you get 12 cans out of a single recipe. So we can put these in here, and then it'll start to make them, stack them into actual casings, or seed oil cans, I should say. So let's see what else we got left here. We got the we're gonna build the apiary and the frames. We're going to wait on that, but we're going to get this thing working. I'm going to see if I can hook up a better engine for this. So give me a second on that. Alright, well, we're still trying to figure out our other issues. We go back here into our bee house, and you can see we've already exhausted our queen, or our princess. But we did get another princess, a couple princesses out of it, and some more honeycomb. So let's resupply the princess in here. Put this stuff back into our bee house while we're waiting for everything else to happen. And continue to go. Okay. Oh, wow. I've been working on this for 2 hours offline. Yeah, redstone engine, not a good thing to use. We need to make something better, a biogas engine. In order to do that, we had to make some wooden gears to make some stone gears so that we can make some bronze gears. Holy crap, there's a lot of bronze when you go down these paths. Let's see here. Bronze gear. There we go. We need another piston. Oh boy. Alright, I got our piston. Get this over here. We needed those bronze gears, the 2 bronze gears, a piece of glass, glass, more bronze on the top, and that makes our biogas engine. Now this is going to require a little bit more work than what I'd hoped. Unfortunately, we don't have much of a choice. So let's put our squeezer on one side, this in the middle, and then our carpenter on another end, so that we can power them both at the same time. We need a redstone torch for this sucker to fire, because it's got a... Oh, not the redstone engine, I mean the biogas engine. Holy crap, dude. Biogas engine, there we go. So it needs redstone and it needs fuel. See here, it says it needs redstone to a signal. It needs fuel, which is lava, and then you have to cool it down. So we need to put some water in it as well, and then it'll start heating up. So I created a whatchamacallit over here to get water, so we didn't have to go very far. So shgung, shgung, shgung. Now you can see we got water and lava. It's sucking all that in. It's got power. And now look at this. We're starting to get power on at least the carpenter, but not the squeezer. So I'll have to build a second one of these in order to get it to work. But there you go. Now we're finally starting to get somewhere. Holy crap, dude. But now that we got the carpenter up and running, I can make my, what was it? Where'd my clipboard go? The impregnated casing. But I need to get some seed oil as well. So let's build another one of these suckers, and then we'll have both these things running over here, and we'll be good. Okay, now that we got these both up and running, we can start to get our seed oil out of this thing. You see it start to squeeze it. Let's get our cans in there. There we go. Alright, now we're cooking with gas, or biogas, I guess. Guess it's a good thing I have all this lava that made from the magma crucible to put into those biogas engines. Because that way I can continually add lava to it, and I got that little thing behind it. You can actually make it so that you could hook your magma crucible up to it, supply all the lava it needs, as well as the like a water, like with a pump or something like that. And there's a lot of those weird ass bottomless holes of water. You can just keep feeding into stuff like that. So there you go. So as we sit here and wait and wait and wait and wait, I'm just cutting out in between. The purpose of this is, I know I don't have a very efficient engine running this thing. This was just to demonstrate forestry for anything else. I haven't been able to find a very good way to power these engines without having to really explore and get other materials. But like I said, the biogas engine was something I could build with the materials I had. But what I was trying to get at is that in order to fill these cans up, you have to have at least 1,000, I guess it's milliliters, I don't know, 1,000 millibars or whatever of the seed oil. And once that reaches 1,000, it will then fill up one of these cans. When I have that can, I can then go in here and make the impregnated casing with the wood that I got from chopping down all these trees. Now, let me get that out of there. In order to and make the impregnated casing. And then that way we can then build our other items like the apiary. But I'm still waiting on the seed oil to be produced in order to get that. I got 300 more millibars to go, so I'm going to cut out and wait for that to happen. Okay, now that we got a can of seed oil can, we can now make our impregnated casing. Add it to here. Where does it go? Here. There it goes. No matching recipe was found for the supplied resources. Well, that's shit, isn't it? Oh! Oh, wait a second. Okay. Derp-a-derp. Herb-a-derp. Hib-a-dib-a-derp. Get this stuff out of here. We don't need this stuff in here. There we go. We need to get our recipe in there. We need to put a oak log to the top, in addition to the seed oil, and then put stuff in the recipe area. Place a stack of logs in the lower section of the carpenter, and then place the seed oil cans in the top right receptacle of the carpenter, and then provide the carpenter with power. It takes less time to make the casing than it does to squeeze the seed oil. No shit, Sherlock. But it's still not doing anything yet. No matching recipe yet. Huh. I wonder if because I put that water in there, that's going to screw it up. So let me get this stuff out of here and try this over again. Let's try this again now. Alright, cats, come on! I got cats flying over top of me. I got cats hissing at each other. Ridiculousness. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. There we go. There you go. See how that worked? Okay. Water was screwing me up because the seed oil has to go in there, not the water. So I just take it up and then put it back down again, and you'll be fine. So now we have an impregnated casing. Hot diggity damn. We're missing. Oh, so it tells you what you're doing. Ah, well, it'd be nice because I sure as hell don't know. How we doing on our other thing over here? Got 2 more honeycombs. Now we can make. We have the impregnated casing. We can make some other stuff. All right. Well, it's just going swimmingly along here in the Angry Cast. We have no idea what the hell's going on half the time, but we make it look like we do. Well, not really. Okay, now that we have our impregnated casing, we can make our apiary, which is quite simply the slabs across the top, this impregnated casing in the middle, and then we need some oak planks around the outside. Now we have our apiary. Oh boy, look at this. It's a little bit different than the, it's a little different color than the whatchamacallit. Willow's sneezing behind me. She must be allergic to bees. So let's take our weird ass ones here. We got a modest and modest. We got another. We don't have any drones. We got a forest drone and we got a forest princess. Let's do that one since we already have the meadows in here. So let's do the forest in here. All right. So there we go with that. Now we have this goofy ass stuff going on. Let's see if it tells us that we have the wrong thing happening there. I don't know that it cares. It doesn't seem to care about the flower situation. But now the bee house has managed to go out and pollinate the ground around it and made flowers. So, that's taken care of. All right, wow. It only took me all day to do this. Oh, and I also found out that this queen bee, that is Pam's harvest craft. That's a totally different thing altogether. I don't know what it's for, but it's not for this stuff. So, now, we have on our list to do, we got the impregnated casing, we got the apiary. Now let's build a backpack, which I think I can make from the frame, or the sturdy casing that I made. I think we make it out of put an apiary into it, I think, or the bee house or whatever into it. So let's see what we got going on. Oh yeah, we can use the honeycomb to make another apiarist chest. And then we can use that to make the apiarist backpack. So there we go. Do that, and then we have to surround the apiarist backpack with all kinds of goofy things. Wool, string, and sticks. And I got a cat rubbing on my hand, messing up my mouse movements there. But we do need... we have to do something... Oh, no, the frames. That's the frames that takes the weird stuff. Let's grab these out of here. We'll have to make some wool in our little crafting area. Oops. We're going to do that. So let's get these on the top. String on the outside. And there you go. Now we have a bee, or apiarist backpack. So now we can go back out and collect a bunch more of the bees without having to worry about running back here to unload them all. So there you go. That is, we got the apiarist backpack. Now the beealyzer is a hell of a lot more involved, and I'm going to give you that recipe here in 1 second. The beealyzer is an expensive item to make. You have to have some diamond, and you need to have some redstone and some glass panes. And, I'm sorry, glass panes go in the middle, jerk mod. And then we need to have some tin ingots on the side. And I'll put this in my own little thing to get the tin out of there, so I'll have to disrupt what's going on here. I had more tin, didn't realize it, son of a bitch. So, we have to build this thing in a carpenter. So, we gotta get this out of here. Alright. And in order to do this, we're gonna need to get a couple of buckets of water and then put all of our recipe items in here. So let's grab all this stuff. Alright, a couple buckets of water. Lagua. Sir. Oh, we're gonna have to get this seed oil out of here. In order to do that, we're gonna need... Oh, crap. Alright, hold on a second. Gonna have to break it down, I guess. We'll lose the seed oil, but oh well. Alright, so let's get the water buckets in here. Alright. Put our... It's there. Our diamond here. We need the tin ingots, boom, here, and then our redstone here. There we go. So the beealyzer. Okay, now, whoops, I threw it on the ground. What can the beealyzer do for you? Well, we can go back over our apiarist check, look inside, and the beealyzer can analyze the genetic makeup of the bees to see what the in the apiarist world. Well, I'm sorry. Let me back that up. See what they offer in our particular gaming pack here. The genetics kind of confusing, and it's a lot of work. There's a big, huge book that goes into along with it. You know, it can sort of tell you what's going to happen when these things go down. You know, we could this we get crossbreeding involved. We know we could go down certain paths with that, but we have to get honey in order to get the beealyzer to work. And unfortunately, the honey we have to get from putting a centrifuge. So we have to build a centrifuge to put honeycombs in it, and that will give us some honey. So we're gonna go build those. Look inside, and the beealyzer can analyze the genetic makeup of the bees to see what in the apiarist world. Well, I'm sorry. Let me back that up. See what they offer in our particular gaming pack here. The genetics kind of confusing, and it's a lot of work. There's a big, huge book that goes into along with it. You know, it can sort of tell you what's going to happen when these things go down. You know, we could get crossbreeding involved. We know we could go down certain paths with that, but we have to get honey in order to get the beealyzer to work. And unfortunately, the honey we have to get from putting a centrifuge. So we have to build a centrifuge to put honeycombs in it, and that will give us some honey. So we're going to go build those. And luckily, our starting casing will come into play as we use to make the centrifuge. And where did my glass go? Did I use up all my glass? I think I did. Crap! Alright, so now we got some glass and our sturdy casing and the copper, and that makes a centrifuge. Now the centrifuge is also going to need one of these machines, so another biogas engine is going to have to be made, I guess, for this thing. We're out of water here. So how much we got left? We actually managed to get another tin of No, I took one out of there for that. Okay. So, let's get this stuff out of here. We'll take this sucker down, since we're not using it right now. So I don't want to build another whatchamacallit at the moment. And now we can start getting some stuff in there. Alright, so, it's kind of the same idea. The centrifuge is sort of the same idea as the carpenter, but we can take some honeycomb, put it in there, and now it's going to like spin it around like you see in a movie where they're like testing blood out in like one of those montages. And you can see we got a drop of honey, and we got some beeswax from that run. And let's get more. We can look at this honey, and we need that to charge the beelyzer, I think, is the way that works. So I was wrong. I kept throwing it on the ground. The beelyzer. So you got to provide the honey over here, and then you got to that pacifies. Supply the bee and provide honey or honeydew as a pacifier. This keeps the bee from stinging your ass while you're doing something. So there we go. Active is so these are the genomes that are active. The marshy genome is active. I don't exactly know how this all works. I'd have to probably do some more. But the flower type that it likes is mushroom, because I guess I found it in a swampland biome. And it will go out by 9x6x9 area. Production speed. So this has to do with the pollination and our tree breeding. So we can take this down. We'd have to do. Oh, look at this. We can see ignoble stalk. Normal, both 1 and 1. I don't know a lot about this. Please, if you have any comments on it, please let me know in the comment section. Possible produce will be a mossy comb. That we know. We got that from the beehive that we kicked out. And then, look, there's these mutations that it can produce, so we can crossbreed stuff like that. This is very interesting. This really is a pretty cool thing if you really want to get involved in it. But you know, I don't know much about it, and for the purposes, we're gonna have to learn more. So there you go. That's how that works. Now, the one thing I didn't tell you about with the apiarist chests. So let's say we take let's get all of our bees out of here. All right, and you can go into the apiarist thing and throw all your bees up in there, and it takes it out of your inventory. Now, that's cool. That's great, right? That's awesome. But let's say you're killing them out in the world, and you don't, you're not whatever's going on. I'm gonna throw these out here. But let's say, look, our apiarist chest is empty right now. Oops. Oh, son of a bitch. Get out of my inventory. I'm trying to show you something here. I'm trying to learn you. I'm trying to take you to school. But you see, our apiarist backpack is completely empty. And if we go walking around, where'd it go? It's not in my inventory, is it? Oh, no, but it's in the apiarist backpack. Even if we run over top of it, if it's not on our hotbar, whoops. If it's in our hotbar, it picks up the items. Now, if you run over top of it and it's not in your hotbar, it doesn't matter. It still picks it up and puts it in the backpack. That is another great feature of this the apiarist backpack. The great thing about the beelyzer, or the apiarist backpack and chest. Oh shit. Is that there's a feature on it, like you can. Okay, so you have to crouch, and if you crouch, there's different modes on the backpack. You can turn it to locked, which means nothing happens, and nothing will go in your backpack while you're walking around. You can go into receiving, which is if you were walking up to the apiarist chest and you right-click on it, you get everything that's inside it. Or you can turn it to resupply, which now if we click on here, if you can see here, we got all of our stuff in there. If we went like this, boom. Crouch and right-click on the apiarist backpack. Nothing in it, but now everything's in the chest. That's really kind of a neat thing you got going on there. So if you're ever out in the world and you get all these bees and you want to like run up, I gotta run real quick, I got other things to do, walk up, Oh, put it into resupply. Boom, click, put it on there. Oh, go over here. We can go over this way, and we can grab stuff. And we can just, you can run through and not have to worry about going in and out of your inventory to do stuff, which is pretty neat. All right, while we're waiting for the seed oil to catch up to this sucker, I want to show you one more thing. I put some trees up behind, a simple birch, oak, and a rubber tree, and we're going to see how this was going to work. And once your bees start to head out, to these trees, what am I doing? Oh, once your bees start to head out to the trees, you can see them fluttering all around about there. They will start to pollinate and possibly create weird shaded leaves on the edges of the tree. And that is a mutation. That is a cross-pollination, and it's breeding a new type of tree. And you can go down a whole huge path, and we're going to do that in a future episode. We're going to go down the path of all the trees, because as our original idea was to build a city in our world here, we're going to need different types of wood. And it's one thing for me to go out into the world and find all the wood. It's quite a different thing for me to have a tree farm that we can breed and build or grow certain trees based off of these mutations or these crossbreeding. And that's where the sawmill is going to come into hand, because that's where you would send all your wood to be taken care of, is a sawmill. So the grafter is what the tool you need to get the different type of mutation or the breeding off of the tree once it's been taken care of. And the way to build that is simple. It's just some sticks on the end of a piece of bronze on the end of 2 sticks, and then that will allow you to break down the different shaded leaves on a tree that has been pollinated by the bees, and then you can then grab it and then replant that, and you can just go down a path. And I'll show you, like I said, in a future episode what the path of those trees are. But you can see all the flowers that are popping up because of these damn bees. Awesome. We can make things called frames. Now, to make the frames, we have to make an impregnated stick. It's kind of like the same thing as an impregnated casing. Basically, we have to go back to the the carpenter. Boop. Let's see here. Let's get that in there. A little bit more seed oil being squeezed out of our seeds, and there we go. We have another can of seed oil. So there we go. Boom. We used up some seed oil, and it's making all of our impregnated sticks. We'll just use up all the seed oil. These frames, I'm making a lot of them, actually. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. There we go. That's good. That's good. That's really good. 16 is good. I can make a few of them. Alright, we need some more wool, I think, to make the frames. No, string. Just string. And you can make different types of frames. And what the frames do is that they speed up the production of the bees. I think just a regular frame will do it by 10. You can add in things like soul sand and make, I think the soul frames. It's all kinds of cool stuff you can do with that. So let's drop these in, and we got impregnated frame. We get one more out of that, boom, and then that's all we can make for right now. So let's put that in. Let's put one in each of our bee house and on our apiary. Now it'll take less time for it to run. Oh, the bee houses don't use them. But this will also waste your queen faster, just to let you know. So there we go. It's going to go a little bit quicker than it was before, and it will produce quicker results. So there you go. These do degrade over time, but they're great things to have. So there you go. So I think it's going to take a long time before I actually see any results from the grafters or from the bees and changing the makeup of these trees. So that's probably going to be it for right now. We'll come back after it's been running for a while, and we'll take a look. But that's pretty much all we need now for like just the basics of the bees and the trees. And when we come, I'm going to go off and start clearing this land for some new trees so we can make our farm. And then we will have more apiaries and more chests and all kinds of wonderful things going on. And then we can really start to get into this. And then you will see how we can make our own forest area into a tree breeding ground. And then we can build our... Oh, I better get to sleep here real quick. We can get our tree breeding ground, and then we can build our sawmill, and that'll be an additional vlog post and build it, I believe, for the sawmill. So that's it for now. I appreciate you holding out for all that problematic stuff that we had going on there with all the recipes and how things weren't working correctly. Because, you know, it's a work in progress here at the Angry Cast. We do things on the fly with Live Without a Net. But that's good for now. Hey, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. If there's anything you want to try out or anything you want to see, we will do so. And otherwise, we will keep on trucking as long as we can, as long as the frame rate will allow us. So have a good one. Bye-bye. Hey, what are you selling, chicken? No solicitors. That's right. Don't you walk away from me. I'm talking to you. Hey, hey. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Yeah. That's right. Chicken.